You couldn't just forward me the text?
No, just forward yourself then. You use the phone, right?
No.
Is that iPhone?
I know, but I ain't blind.
I turn off the So you ain't blind, so don't act.
So I can't use it, Gerard.
No, you ain't blind, so don't act stupid. It's where you can use it right now. You see how he likes to give me trouble?
You stay ready.
Gerard, I thought you were my friend, you know. I thought you were my friend. Okay, Canton here. I hope it's the same one.
The thing is, right, Jen? He just complained. He said, everybody will take my side.
Is it true?
Is it truth?
Is it true? Poor dog.
I didn't know that.
He said delivered, but me ain't see no email. No. I tried texting it to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me see the phone since you're struggling. Why you laugh, Jen?
I ain't right at all.
He's struggling over there, right?
Okay, I should understand this. Yeah, I should get it. I should get it.
You get it?
No, but it's the net. It don't come. Anyhow, I got copy, so it's in the clipboard. Okay, I got it now.
Watson, he looks at his phone like he can see it.
Yeah, that's a natural response.
That's why people are like, you can see, stop lying.
You know it is. You know, like
I got it now.
It's a natural reaction for someone. It's like,
yeah, the minute I put my hand on something, I will be doing something with my hand, right? I'm staring at it. I can't see a damn thing of what I'm doing, you know, but I'm looking at it. So,
okay, you ready to go, Jared?
yeah.
Okay, let's run about 30 seconds and then fade out.
So, and sometimes when I catch myself doing it, you know, I laugh at myself. Because I don't can't see the damn thing. I don't know if freaking looking at it for. You know, just like I was training my counterpart in St. Thomas. He could see. So when he turned on the accessibility, he's struggling. I said, close your eyes and listen to the prompts. And when he closed the eyes, he said, oh yeah, this is better. I said, yeah. Because you're seeing what you're doing. You don't need to see, you need to listen. You know?
alright, here we go.
Good morning, and welcome to WSTX, your community-minded station. It's another Thursday with Reflections. Welcome. We have those of you who listen and don't call in, those of you who are calling, and those of you who are afraid to call in.
Wait, no, you got them there who the calling and don't listen? You're giving out the different groups now. You got them there who are calling and don't listen?
Yeah, them that are calling and don't listen. You can tell because when they call in, the topic they'll come with. But anyway, you know,
When they're calling and don't hear.
Well, people hard of hearing.
Yeah, okay. All right. And that's why I asked you, anyhow.
Yeah.
Because, I come in here and I come in here seeing and now I blind, Folks,
Yes.
good morning, everybody. Doug Canton here. You're funny sometimes, silly guy here, like to get on the soapbox and everything else. But anyhow, he have me in here this morning being blind.
Yeah, I give my phone and can't work. Poor that.
I have to send you a new
A
one.
new one? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good thing. I just was getting ready to send it. So, yeah, folks, we got some folks coming in here on virtual, and so we got to set them up and everything else in the meantime. Don't have no impact on what we're doing here, but I just want to let you know that we're going to have some folks coming in later talking about a very importante subject.
Very, very, very importante.
Mhm.
Very importante. But you know
Because
you have a accent around here now, 'cause people lock you up now.
don't start. Don't start. I mean, it's like one step forward and two step backward because heaven help the poor. You know, it's just the same way here, right? You go down the street and you see a person, and you know they look to you like what you would call a black person, and they open up the mouth, okay, and anything could come at you. Stateside accent, okay, um, Caribbean accent, whatever the case may be. Right? So now you go down the street and you bump into this person. They happen to be Caucasian. All right. I mean, you could get Portuguese, you could get Danish, German, everything. But when they bust that crucian on you, it's like some people can't handle it, and it's like, wait, no. You go be white and grow up here and otherwise be a crucian to the board. And it's like, hey folks, wake up. People don't have a choice about where they're born, or when they're born, all this other good stuff. You know, so wipe all that stuff away and deal with people at face value. If they're good people, deal with them as good people. If they're not good people, maybe you just don't want to deal with them at all, you know?
I experienced that as an exterminator. I walk in this man's office and he's on the phone. You know, he look white, but he sound, you know, American, you know. He's on the phone conducting his business. So when he got done, he hung up the call. Then I hear in a deep Crucian accent. So the man, what going on? So I drop my spray can and I'm gonna drop it on my foot. I turn around.
Oh,
And I was like,
Lordy.
he said, yeah, you thought I was a white man, eh? I said, Papa.
Go ahead and bust it that one. Go ahead and bust it that one. No, it's, you got to deal with people as people. Okay?
Yeah, well, you know,
And that's it.
I just, you know, I met some interesting people. As an exterminator here in St. Croix, I've met celebrities, actors, you know, people from...
You got plenty of them around here, right?
people
Actors.
oh, yeah, we got them, yeah, them that don't get paid. So. Anyway, like I was saying, good morning to all, good morning St. Thomas, St. John, Water Island, Christianstead, Frederickstead, Mid Island, good morning Big Sis, good morning KJ, good morning to my friends in Florida, my grandchildren in Florida, my friends in North and South Carolina, you know, my friends in Texas. I mean, damn, you know, I got people all around the globe.
All over the world.
Yeah, all over the world. So good morning around the globe. And welcome to WSTX Reflections. It's another Thursday.
You know.
Guess what? Somebody get paid today. I know somebody get paid yesterday. I think I get paid today. I gotta check them out.
All right.
You know, but you know, Thursday begins the weekend. And why you say Thursday begins? I say Thursday begins the weekend because you got pay on Thursday. So that makes the weekend even better. You understand? You got a little cash in your pocket, you can go out, go to the movies, go to the club, go here, go there. But guess what? Don't spend it all in one place. Don't spend it all in one place, otherwise you're going to be in problems.
No matter how sweet it is, don't send it all in one
Yeah,
place.
no matter how sweet it is, leave some for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or leave some for next payday. So, as Doug was saying, we have something that's really important that's coming up in our 9 o'clock hour. You know, I always talk about, you know, diabetes and knowing the number of your status. You know, getting your A1C test to know where your A1C is. You know, the best way to know your status if you're a living, breathing human being. Because I'm going to tell you this, from my experience, diabetes is a silent thing that don't let you know it's there. The only way you will know is asking your doctor to give you that A1C test. Okay? There's a few symptoms that you might brush it off and just maybe you drink too much, so you got frequent urination and all this kind of thing. If you drink too much water, too much juice or whatever. But that's also a sign. There's several signs, you know, dry mouth, you know, you might say, oh, it's day hot, so I thirsty. No, that might not be the case. So check it out. There's ways, little symptoms that you might brush off could lead to something bigger. So,
You know something, brother? It's like every time we have you in here, it's like we have a guest speaker. The things, all the different things you know so much about and you talk about, it's like having a guest speaker. I will have to announce you now as co-host and guest speaker.
it's just experience, though.
I understand. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that, hey, brother, you got some things that can benefit other people in terms of experience, and that's that's
experience. You so like I was saying, just when you go to get a checkup, ask your doctor to do that blood work, get your A1C test, and fellas, get your PSA test.
the test,
Please.
not the announcement. The
Get
test.
that blood test, not the announcement. Get that blood test. If your numbers are elevated, then you might have to do the digital test. But as long as you know you're within range, you're in the clear. But get that test at least once a year, you know, so that you can know your status.
And speaking of which, oh my goodness, engineer, we had some posters in here last week, but we had some posters in here because it's coming up next month. They're having a public forum on cancer, prostate cancer, and breast cancer. And definitely it's good information. They have qualified people speaking, meaning medically qualified and survivor-wise qualified,
Right.
and other stories qualified.
Yeah, and I gotta tell people, you know, even if the person is not a medical doctor, but they experience, you know, going through the process, take their advice. You understand? Like I always tell people, diabetes, it took my sight. Diabetes, it have taken a lot of people's limbs. I know a guy, you know, we all have 10 fingers. By the time he turned around, he only had, what it was, 8?
Yeah, okay, enough.
You know?
Okay.
So, so you know, and other things. And,
we ain't trying to frighten nobody. This is what...
No, it was, that is just...
Not asking questions and not going to your doctor and not following directions after you get directions.
Is reality. The reality.
Come on in, sir.
The reality of what could happen.
Okay.
You know.
Well,
We got here. The troops into. I need to hit
I'll be glad they didn't kiss you.
I need to hit him my mic. The pastor.
Pastor there, my son.
What's going on?
Same old thing.
Okay. Yeah, man. So, you know, it's the reality of things. So, get tested, so you know your status with all these things. And in the 9 o'clock hour, we'll get more on that subject. Right now, we have Mr. Macedon in the house, a.k.a. Pastor Dorby.
That's me.
Okay. No imposters here, my son. The real thing.
The real deal.
The real deal, yeah.
The real McCoy.
We got the real McCoy in here.
Hey. All right, good thing. Good thing.
So the roof again,
Oh, we're just taking it one day at a time, waiting for you to come with the message. We don't know you've been to the mountaintop and you come back with something besides the 10 Commandments. He said we don't get that, so you bring in something else.
you need to know about it. You need to know about it.
Okay.
Why you putting my engineer on the spot?
Because we know. I know.
She know.
I know you know.
Okay.
She on the spot. She the half the spot.
But you supposed to talk about it, not she.
So,
But that's what they're for.
any,
You rush in the brush, you don't get dab on them.
I
Rush the brush,
It's coming. Hold on.
rushing no brush at all.
so you get dab.
okay.
I
So,
cook my meat.
You cook it.
I know that with I.
Oh, the roast it.
Okay. Next thing I know,
roast it, I don't bake it. I don't like fried food, so
you know, and
I will boil it.
talking of meat, you know, you have WSTX has so much history and legacy because between John Bell and what my boy Friday night, Miss he had the mongoose.
Oh, he's the mongoose.
Yeah, and John Bell been in here walking a butcher shop out of WSTX. I want to know what's going on. Okay. I said, me know nothing about he and cut a meat. I said, me going to that butcher shop.
I met his son the other day,
Uh-huh.
so he told me he wasn't doing too good.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, we'll keep it in our prayers.
At this young age, we saw so much things happen.
Yeah, well, you know, the not,
But hear me now, you're looking good for yours.
Is that so?
Yeah, man.
oh, okay.
But
All right.
then-
Well, we got something here I wanted to hear.
But then you, for a man, we can't say how you see me.
Darby, we're going to listen up here to something here. We got something for the folks here. All right.
Check the files.
Guys,
Check the files.
again, I'm use some consodium. Esse Mexico, wale. And stay si place que to. So imagine we're going on an island. Island in the Caribbean belongs to Epstein. Man of vex, employment over there is sex. Underage girls from all over, sexing president and governor. A shame that island little St. James. Clinton gets sexy,
Check the files.
Obama gets sex,
Check the files.
Biden get wife,
Check the files.
Trump get wife,
Check the files.
too much child molester, and St. James. Guys,
Check the files.
the cycle can go. White, almost half of the Senate used to live on the island. That's what they said. Hey me, don't blame me for nothing. Blame the consortium. Our government sue Epstein for raping girls in the team. 156 million, enough to choke a lion. Frankie say he don't know about it. Ask Stacy Plastic, ask Jennifer, and the salsa. Tumble gets sexy,
Check the files.
Map gets sexy.
Check the files.
The young ain't get the wife, walking for Epstein. Salsa get plenty, check the file. It's a disgrace to the US VI. Guys, you could imagine a poor island.
Check the files.
What kind of sexing going on there?
Check the files.
Why? Boom. 156 million. The Senate get 33 million. Check the math. 123 left back. Where the rest of the money gone? Asking a question. Is it in bank you popular? Ask the salsa. Bill Gates gets sexy.
Check the files.
Epstein gets sexy.
Check the files.
Mars get wifey.
Check the files.
Prince Andrews get wife.
Check the pulse.
Is a disgrace to the US VI. Kaiso, you know how shame I feel.
Check the pulse.
This is why the world news for this kind of affairs going on in our little island. Our government should take over the whole entire island. Boom! Don't bomb it up because we need it. 123 left back. Fix the racetrack. Take away in the dark. Build the ballpark. Our roads getting missing. They got money to fix it. They really bold. Fix them potholes. Fumble get wife.
Check the pulse.
Map get sacked.
Check the pulse.
The youngin' gets.
Check the pulse.
Sucks I got plenty.
Check the pulse.
Too much child molesters. And St. James. Kaiso.
Check it, check it,
Boy.
check it, check it, check the pulse.
Boy.
Check it, check it, check it, check it, check the pulse.
Boy. Boom.
Check it,
Boy.
check it, check it, check the pulse.
Boy.
Check it, check it, check it, check it, check the pulse.
Kaiso.
Well, sir, I know one thing for sure. Me ain't gotta check no first. I don't know. But just to be safe, I gonna look.
At least you call my name.
We can't go there. It's only people
I support.
in authority to go there.
I
Big
support.
time people.
I support. So I can't go there.
They get socks and them they could go there.
Okay.
They could sleep better.
Uh-huh.
Well, I
sir.
can't go there. No, sir, I can't go there.
Use eyes. You can't go there.
You know.
So,
no,
Mr.
sir.
Darby,
Yeah.
what inspired you to create the lyrics for this song and actually sing this song?
Well, you see, it's easy for me when you get all the facts
Uh-huh.
to imagine something and make a calypso to it. It's harder.
Mm-hmm.
But when everything confronts you, it's just a matter of putting melody and rhyme it up and everything.
Right.
It's like when a senator running for the Senate, he gonna give me all the information we want for a jingle. So that's easy for me. He telling me what he want me to do.
So when I run in for the governor, I could tell you what I want, that you're gonna create my jingle for me.
We running for Ghana and Epstein Island?
No.
Oh, okay, well, I just asked.
No.
Just want to make sure.
No, because what
Because
happened?
the island there by
I
itself.
mean, folks, we laughing from a comedic
we got
perspective.
blind man in there already, so might as well I run too.
You know, well, brother, we got a lot of people that blind and deaf walking around pretending that they're not. Okay, because you got this man say how when he get elected, he gonna release all the files, and they doing their best not to release nothing. And all of them
all over the files.
yeah, but that's the whole point. I'm just saying you don't see the uproar in the community saying that, hey, brother, you better let it go or else, okay? And you just don't see it, so you want to know.
It's there, but it's not as prevalent as what it should be.
Hey, look, it should be marching going on. The amount of information that's being withheld, and just based on what they said, they're gonna tell you. I mean, talking about you just get up one day and feel away and going after them. No, you tell them this, they count on you, trust you, give the vote, and now you got it. You can't give it up. You know.
Well, let me ask you a question. For these I don't call them infants. What how the parents deal with these things? It's bigger than how the picture look, you know. Because I don't think that they went there and just take up these little girls and went with them. They had to get some kind of consent from parents.
No, sir.
How do you get it?
Brother, there's a whole lot more going on in the world. This sex trafficking thing is a whole lot more complicated than that. Literally, people disappearing off the street. See, now this is the thing. When you got masked people walking around, and they could grab you and pull you into a van and go with you, usually when you think about those things, you think about rape, murder, and all of this thing. You don't think of ICE. Well, now you do. You follow me? So now, what was happening before that was plainly looking illegal, going on in plain sight now. So what our government unfortunately has done is create a situation where people just said, "'Tis ICE, 'tis ICE." It ain't ICE. But all along, you got folks who pay big money to these coyotes to bring them to the United States or wherever, so forth. Big money. And they're thinking they're going someplace to get a job, get citizenship or whatever. And once they got you, where you going to run to? You're there in the country illegally, you can't go to the police in the context of... Right, they got you. So this is why people, when they give people the papers and whatever, next thing you know, the papers disappear, they ain't got no papers, this, that, and the other, so forth and so on. And you got to do what they say that you got to do. And violence is involved, drugs is involved, all kind of things. So when you talk about consent, this runaway child, this person trying to get to America, whatever, and figure that you're going to help me and get my child there and get them set up, all kinds of deceptions involved, brother, all kinds. The limit is your imagination. It's going on, okay? And the drugs is a big part of it. You have young people involved in these things where they're actually subdued with drugs. Okay? And then after, now imagine yourself. Now I know it's kind of hard every time you go and pay the WAPA bill to imagine this, but imagine yourself as a girl. After all these things happen to you, who you going to talk to? Who you going to want to tell? Because they use shame and all these other things. It's a serious psychological thing. So I am not obviously the expert, you know, but it is dangerous. It is dangerous out there. Parents, the thing about it is, the parents is the last to know sometimes because they don't know till the child gone. Just like you got children get on there. We're going to talk about this court ruling there just yesterday. You got children out there who go out to meet some man or woman based on what they represent on Facebook or whatever other vehicle. And parents come home, the child gone. Unfortunately, a lot of them never come back. Unfortunately, a lot of them didn't survive. This is the world that we live in today. So now you gotta teach your child more than just how to deal with the police when they go out on the street. You gotta teach your child how not to talk to strangers. There was an interesting test, and you want to talk about children being influenced, right? You've got these tests that were done where these parents teach their children don't get in a car with somebody that was drinking, okay? And they get somebody to pose as hanging out with them, drinking and everything else, and the children went and get in the car. And then the car pull up and there's the parents, and they say, well, I thought you told me, you understand, and you weren't going to do, and the children remorseful and everything, embarrassed and everything. But you could drill it in a child's head. But ultimately, that child is an individual and subject to whatever manipulations, wanting to be cool, want to hang out with their friends, and know that their friends is an agent, going to get them into this thing. Hey, all kinds of things. Anyhow, I don't want to go on and on and on. The bottom line is, what happened at St. James, as it has unfolded, is, I'm at a loss for words with that. And it's good you call names, you know. I want to tell you something, right? As a person involved in politics, when somebody make a donation to you to run for office, you know that person as much as you know them, okay? So like in the case of Stacey Plaskett, she give back the money or give it to charity or whatever case, but the fact of the matter is, you are vulnerable to people having other aspects of their life that you don't know about. You just think that they believe in what you represent and how you're going to conduct yourself, in that context. But one of the things I'm gonna say, folks, after I have to give it to Stacey Plaskett, okay, the delegate. The fact of the matter is, she was involved in the whole impeachment thing, and she was out there struck. You notice nobody ain't come after her. You notice nobody ain't retributing against the Virgin Islands. All right. She know where the body is buried. Mm-hmm. Okay, and this Trump. Monkey Trump know what tree to climb. Anyhow, and just so anybody, all them people are hoping, oh Lord, he write this song, I hope he don't come up with a follow-up when he find out I would or whatever, because it's a whole lot more. You call names and you make it into a joke in the context of humor and everything, joke. A serious joke, but the fact that this happened is to tell us, hey, it don't just happen over there. When we had a hospital where some man walked in there with big gun and went up to the third floor, whatever, and shoot up somebody up there. Yeah, when you hear about this, you thinking this is something in a movie. Yeah. It's something you see on TV as, or this is something you see in some mafioso country over there or some cartel place over there or whatever the case may be. But no. That's right here in the Virgin Islands. Okay. Make sure he was gone. Yeah. Anything that could happen, Carnival coming up in April. We had an event many years ago. These things have happened at a place, a plane crash. And I'm just saying, most children grow up today don't have no idea when they see these things about plane crashing and think it'll happen here, there, and everywhere else. But no, it could happen here too. So, child sex trafficking, okay. The other side of it is, and they have to dig deeper, is the stereotype that is girls. They're doing it with little boys too, okay. And this is the thing. Now, this is a child, an innocent child, hasn't gotten a chance to live their life, and psychologically and every which way they could get mashed up. That they'll never achieve their full potential, all because, they were vulnerable and unfortunately preyed upon. Yeah. Anyhow, but I know with conviction, okay, unless somebody had dropped something in my drink when I went to the bar with them other fellas there in the Senate or something and take me along. But I know for a fact my name ain't there on the list, so I ain't got to check it. But I'm going to check just to be sure.
We gotta look at that list,
Check the file.
Yeah, we gotta check the file.
Mm-hmm.
If I see a name in there, I'm gonna be the first one to bust.
Oh Lord, indeed.
I couldn't take the chance to go because far back to the 7th, there will be organization of deal with children, business he got, business going on for.
Right. But
and the serious side.
But on a even more serious side, I would like to see more representation from our leadership in terms of how they interact with organizations like Calypso Inc. in support of these organizations. Because the bottom line is we could point to Epstein and who get... What's the difference between sex and wife? I want to know, anyhow. You have to do a song explaining that one, the difference between the two. But anyhow,
I'm singing internationally.
Mm-hmm.
In the Caribbean, wife mean sex.
Okay, all right.
So, when you're making a calypso, you want people, just how you ask me, people can, what wife mean? So, it gives them more the interest to listen to it. Because if you make a song and it just ain't got nothing
right
for people talks about, it's just I think, because people internationally want to know, what is wife? They know what is sex. We got the advantage because we know both.
Right.
Or they only know one thing. And that's the beauty of us in the Caribbean. That's why I used to keep saying each country or island need their own dictionary. Because we could relate to certain things that they can relate to. Because they don't know what wife mean, but it is there to be talks about or ask questions. What he mean, what do we mean when he say wife? You know, it's a serious thing.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I think you need to talk to Apple Music and get your music up on Apple Music. You know.
Well, we can go work on that. But let me just come back real quick here because the when we talk about these things, folks, you know, there's a comedy side to it, there's a serious side to it, and as I said, don't think that it'll just happen over there because Little St. James is just less than 40 miles from here. You know, in that context, we have to wake up. Now, double entendre, folks. One of the things that I really love about Dobby song is that if you're like me, an altar boy, it ain't gonna make no sense to you. Okay? But if you're a little bit more experienced in the world, you're in trouble because you come to the road split. You gotta decide which way you're going. You're going to follow your mind. Yeah, the crossroad there, you gotta follow your mind, okay? And you know, some people mind they just gone.
I've always been prosecuted for that because it's how you put it. As I just said before, you want people to listen. Even if it's serious, it's more wrong in the world than they got right. I wonder when you want people to be involved in what you're doing. If you, as I said before, if you can't do something to draw people's attention in this field, don't do it.
Okay, well, I'm going to disagree with you. I think it got more good in the world than but no. Hear me out. I just think it got more good in the world. I think that the bad have the better public relations people working for them. And I say that because here, our children would do something fantastic. You go out, it's poorly attended. You don't hear much about it. But let some criminal thing happen. And you're going to hear about it and hear about it and hear about it.
That's what sell the paper.
Yeah, you know, so.
That's what sell the paper. I remember a time I sing over to Central High School. I had a song named Stand Up Charlie. And they tried them asking me to sing it. I said, well, I can't sing it. Because I can't remember it. And I said, Father Mother, the principal said, tell me to don't sing that song. Well, you could imagine the response. The two of them said, oh, because he wants to sing it.
Okay.
And then the same time the harvest was there. And I make sure I went to pray. I said, do not write nothing in there that ain't happening. I know they want paper to sell.
Yeah.
And then I get to go and say, I went there to sing song was not appropriate for the children. It's like when we had a show down to the Palms. And the people them calling to sing Pastor Skittle. And I said, I can't remember it. But I don't think it was appropriate for you to sing that song there.
Right.
You know, you got different fractions.
Right.
But I didn't forget it.
Well, I gonna beg for you. I gonna beg for you, cause, you know, this man have so much song that he sing, that sometimes you ask him to sing a song and he literally you gotta play the song back for him to hear it to get the words back. But that's I ain't gonna say how young you be, but doggone it, you doing doggone good for all them song that you make and everything else. Speaking of song, you know, the fact of the matter is that Calypso and the double entendre has been rough on a lot of people because it does send their mind places. Instead of them looking at it one way, they look at it the other way. But that's a human choice that they make. Well, you made a song with regards to prostate and prostate cancer here in the Virgin Islands. Unfortunately, we've lost a lot of people to prostate cancer because of stereotypes in their mind, attitudes in their mind that keep them from going to the doctor's office. You know, and the reality is that the more you talk about these things, you know, once upon a time when you talk about cancer, it was, you know, he's sick. You would never say a word. And then a little bit by little bit it open up, and then they say the big C, you know, and whatever. Now people talk about it right out open. Well, the reality is there is this thing called prostate cancer, and there are two medical tools. One is a digital exam, and the other one is a PSA test. And you basically have to make it a point to go to the doctor as part of your annual checkup. And I know you got some man out there say, what are they be? You know, men, don't be like that. Don't live dangerous. Your significant other, make sure you grab them by the ear and take them in, okay? Because prevention is always better than what you might get, because what you might get might not be something that have a cure. All right, that's just the reality of it. But anyhow, I'm hoping that someday the people in charge at the medical side of things going to be able to go to a comedy show and invite Dobby to sing about the prostate, okay? Because it's one of those things we need to do it. We need to talk about it. We need to laugh about it. We need to joke about it. And need to be serious about it. And all of those things is part of life. It's part of life. Part of life. All right? So, you know, don't give up hope.
No.
I expect Department of Health going to put you on contract as their ambassador for promoting people getting checked for prostate cancer.
It's a very serious disease.
Yes. The irony of it is, I never hear a man complain about a woman going to a gynecologist, okay, getting the various tests that are done, going to get the mammogram, knowing that some person that they don't know and are going to be crucial and they're feeling up. Car themselves pushes in it to whatever, so forth and so on. And I say that because, you know, we do have problems in this world where people go to the doctor and have been abused. But that aside, it's ironic that these same man that say nothing happened to me need to go to no doctor, and furthermore, if I go, he definitely ain't doing this or doing that, or whatever the case may be. Well, the reality is, there's also the of those two tools, there's the PSA test. And when you take the PSA test, it start from 0 and go on up to whatever, but if you reach to 4, you're at a crossroad. You better, should have, could have, whatever, please. Okay, if it's higher than 4, you definitely need to be speeding to the doctor's office.
I remember one time I checked, and my zone been to 225.
Oh yeah, well,
Point something.
that wasn't right. We know that wasn't right.
Yeah, when I went to the doctor, the first doctor told me, Mr. Masidan, that was in Cleveland. You all right? I said,
yeah.
Oh, you mean? I said, yeah. I said, what make me really come here? Because I had a problem going to the bathroom maybe 10 minutes in the night. So I know something was wrong. But it been wrong all the time, but he wasn't doing nothing until I said that.
Right.
And when I went and they said it was 225 point something. And he keep asking me, you all right? You didn't feel no pain. He said, well, I'll tell you something, Mr. Massilan, I'm not touching that.
Mhm.
I'm going to send you to a specialist with your problem.
Right. Well, to address what you're saying there, it's a test, and some people that give readings that it's something else triggering it some kind of way because we watch you here jumping up and down performing for all these years for 200 and something. Some of them people want to say, tell me who your doctor is, I need to go to them.
Exactly.
You know, because in that context, and I say that you know, I have family that have experienced the same thing. Okay, and this is where you have to be careful because sometimes in the medical world it'll come with cures for something that ain't an ailment, you know. And so you got a good doctor and say, hey, this ain't looking right. Somebody with these type of numbers would be in here in dire straits, and this no, something else going on here, and it dig deeper. Okay, my thing is check yourself. Go to the doctor. Have an annual checkup. Check yourself. All right. You got it. Okay. All right.
Okay, man.
All right. Good thing.
And remember the public, the numbers to call in. I need to not be free to call in. It's 340-773-0390 for 340-773-0490.
Got plenty chairman. Pull up.
Don't be afraid to call in. You got somebody else in the room?
Just a closer walk with thee.
Oh Lord.
What? They're singing?
Oh Lord. What you do? What it is you do? you come to WSTX to sing for Marcy?
Yes, sir. We're begging for mercy. And we're begging for money too, everything.
Okay.
Process is a serious thing.
People, we got
Yeah,
about twins in this
Then we
studio.
were just talking.
Yeah, man, the money.
Process is a serious thing. Are we taking it to be?
I could tell you about bad company. I remember bad. I could talk.
Yeah, of course.
Bad company tell me.
He needs a mic.
I said to bad company, I said, you ever had a prostate test? He tell me, me ain't gonna let no man, no, sir, not me. And when he went to the States, one partner decided to go have a check.
Mm-hmm.
And he decided to go with him. And when he go, he just catch it right in time. And every time he go on stage, he just say, gentlemen, check your prostate. Because he know why he's saying that. So all them young men out there who afraid to check the prostate and check it the right way, gentlemen, go ahead and do it. Don't fear it. You have to do the right thing. Because I have an uncle right now that he used to just take the blood alone. And now his prostate is so enlarged that he having problem. So the blood alone, don't check it. You need to check. The finger is very important, gentlemen. I know sometimes we don't want it, but you have to do what you have to do.
Right. You know,
You got to do it.
again, it got man who get harm and go kill the people who harm them. You understand what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah.
But they're gonna send the same woman to the doctor.
Right.
And know full well that the doctor is going to be upfront and personal in ways that, you know, you went and killed somebody else.
Right.
Okay. We dealing with these mindset. We gotta get the mindset changed in that context. Cause they'll do all of that, but they don't want to go to the doctor. The other thing too is Island Man think that the indestructible. There's something about Island Man. Them and doctor is like oil and water or something. We really have to work on it in terms of, and I don't know if that's generational, is you know, it's just as bad now or whatever, but we have to work on it because we have lost too many people to ailments that they didn't have to.
Yeah, I remember when I was growing up, my parents used to call it stabbage of water.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Virgin Island. That's the local Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
That method they used to use, stabbage of water. But now it's prostate cancer, which means the same thing. Because when my grandfather tell me he know a partner, he's got stabbage of water, I used to wonder what is stabbage of water. But now I get older, I learn to understand it's the same prostate cancer. And what's happening now, more people, younger people now are diagnosed with that symptoms. Because before there used to be people in the 80s, but now people in the 40s and 30s are getting this thing. So which means it got to be that the food we're eating So it got to be something. So we really, if we want to live, we have to do the right thing. Because we can't change it.
Well, you're right with what you're hitting on, because nutrition nutrition is one of the areas that we have to deal with, just like diabetes. 9 o'clock we got some folks coming in and talk about diabetes, but just like diabetes, we okay.
Play a song.
All right.
In Kaiso Farm.
The reggae version.
Look at Kaiso.
AM 970.
That is how we don't check prostate.
Women today don't really suffer fibroid and breast cancer. You have to check up regular with your doctor. Main problem is prostate, and we shame to check it. We got too much pride, we pray the fingers in we backside. Let me tell you straight, that is how we don't check prostate. You got to bend down and touch your toe to check it. The middle finger up your rectum to check it. Then it will stick round and round to check it. Dr. Graham said, don't shake. That is how we don't check prostate. Champagne, tell me, he does check up daily. You got to be insane, that is plenty pain. Your bottom have to relax first, and don't contract. The doctor greasy finger, and he push it up yonder. Please listen to me, it's a black man disease. Fingers never kill nobody. Ask as well. And Blakey, you got to bend down and touch your toe to check it. The middle finger up your rectum to check it. Then it will stick round and round to check it. Dr. Graham said, don't shake. That is how we don't check prostate. Prostate ain't no fun when they operate and you're done. Oh, Charlie, get like a cemetery. Men wearing pampers like babies. They can't stop me. Men gone insane. They can't sex again. I'm married woman named Lily. Every night she coming by me. I dead already, so I can't help she. You got to bend down and touch your toe to check it. The middle finger up your rectum to check it. Then it will stick round and round to check it. Dr. Graham said, don't shake. That is how we don't check prostate. Men 40 years and more, prostate you can't ignore. It is serious, you hear? Plenty men gone to the grave. It does give you warning. Every minute you're peeing. This one don't make you ball. matter. You only living to suffer. Listen to Pastor Dobby and check up regularly. You got to bend down and touch your toe. So check it. The middle finger up your rectum. So check it. Then he twists it round and round. So check it. Dr. Graham said, don't shake. That is how we don't check prostate. You got to bend down and touch your toe. So check it. The middle finger up your rectum. So check it. Then he twists it round and round. So check it. Dr. Graham said, don't shake. That is how we don't check prostate. Well, since I your Rasta man don't like doctors, don't afraid doctors. I use all people. So these are some of the books I'm gonna recommend to you, which I should know anyhow. It's soursop, meringue, sting a little, and lemongrass. And they got some more I don't know the name.
Yeah, man. Well said.
Well, you know, it's one of those things, folks. It's about real life.
Yes.
You know, so for those who are new to calypso and reggae and everything else, it might be a little bit different slang, but the reality is when you're in the doctor's office, it's the same thing.
Exactly. I agree 100% on that.
Same thing. All right. Now,
Don't shake.
No, don't shake.
anyhow, well, I know one thing we're gonna do is start shaking the money tree in support of Calypso Inc. and what you guys doing to make sure that we got some things coming up, folks. It got big open house coming and all kind of thing. All right, everybody. You can't just do the same thing all the time. You gotta do something different, and they'll be coming good.
I go stand in the corner with my hat so.
Yeah, man, you could do that.
Money and the hat too small. I need a box.
You need a box.
Big box.
Get him a Calypso Inc. T-shirt, and we'll go
Put
there.
him on the corner.
Instead of giving out water, we'll be accepting donations.
Yes, man, nothing wrong with that.
All right, good thing. Well, folks.
At the top of the hour.
Yeah, so I got to do
How you know we
advertising.
He see the top of the hour, man. He see on the top. This man can see.
He embarrassed me, you know. He embarrassed me at times.
Yeah.
I had a problem with this ignorance.
He said we did at the top of the hour anyhow. So
Yeah, with this ignorance. And he tell me, get to he.
And he fixed it?
He fixed it, I shame. I embarrassed. A blind man fixing my thing.
With that,
With that, we're at the top of the hour, so we gotta pay some bills. So we're gonna take a break, pay some bills. We'll be back after these messages.
all right.
Stand up for the law. Stand up for decency. Stand up for compassion. Stand up for respect. Stand up for your community. Stand up for your future. Stand up for the Virgin Islands. WSTX FM 100, the soul of the Caribbean.
We now pause for this special announcement from Dr. Hubert Waddy, a board-certified family practitioner and wound care specialist at Agape Wellness Center and Wound Care. Now that the children are back in school, drivers need to be more careful not to drink and drive or use cell phones while driving. Stop for school buses that are loading and unloading, keep firearms away from children, and pay full attention to all traffic lights. Located across from Central High School in the former Midland Restaurant, call at 340-778-1932 for more information. Keeping our children and community safe is one of the highest obligations at Agape Wellness Center and Wound Care, where we put the care back in healthcare.
AM 970, WSTX, Christiansted, Frederickstead, and the Virgin Islands.
St. Croix, guess what? Morgan's Grocery is back. That's right, Morgan's has made its grand return and it's better than ever. The grand reopening with low prices, clean and good layout at the Barren Spot Shopping Center. For over 20 years, Morgan's has been your local go-to spot, and now we're back with all your favorite local goods, plus more. We have the items that you can't find in the large stores, and get more for your dollar at Morgan's Grocery, Barren Spot Shopping Center. Stock up on your vitamins, supplements, and all the island essentials, including pig feet, pig snout, saltfish, herring, bananas, avocados, and so many more specials. Yes, Morgan's Grocery is back. See you there. Professional service with pleasant personalities and good prices is what you get at Morgan's Grocery at the Barren Spot Shopping Center in St. Croix.
AM 970 WSTX.
Yeah, folks. Only at WSTX.
Yo.
Only at WSTX.
We had King Generic and the one and only
we got
Darby.
Dr. Bennett here waiting on us, and I'm just curious to know if you're hearing us, dear Dr. Bennett.
I am hearing. Are you hearing me?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
I'm hearing you. Well, you're not giving us a picture, man. Treating us bad today.
Well, I'm in my car. If that's okay with you, I can.
Oh, no, it's more than okay. It's more than okay. That
Okay,
wasn't
all
a
right.
complaint.
All right. What about that?
We'll take it however we can get it, okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay, I come in. Okay, and get my engineer in here in a second to
Well, do you have Dr. Sheen on too?
Dr. Sheen has a device issue. I don't know why they're not connecting. So I don't know. It might be their location and they're in the process of working on that or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Okay, no. We got Dr. Sheen. Let me get my my engineer in here, and we're going to get us going in a second here. Okay, so. All right, engineer.
Okay,
Jared, why don't you do a little quick intro there about VIU said before the
Vidco.
Okay.
Hey, VIU said Bernard University Center for Excellence in Developmental Disability. We offer the I Can Connect program. If you or your loved one have considerable hearing or vision loss, the I Can Connect program is for you. You can visit icanconnect.org to learn more about the program. So right now we at just a little after the top of the hour. We have VIDCO, Virgin Islands Diabetes Center for Excellence. And, if you need to call in to ask Dr. Sheen and Dr. Bennett a question, the numbers to call is 340-773-0390 or 340-773-0490. Give them a call, your questions, concerns about your diabetes.
All right, folks, we got everybody online.
Could you bring them up here?
Okay. Get that feedback out. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
There's an echo.
Uh,
We get up.
Close them out from there and bring them up here.
the
Okay.
On the board.
speaker-
Is this better? Can you hear me?
Yes, that's much better.
Excellent. Good morning, everyone. Good morning,
Give it a
Mr.
little bit more
Evelyn,
volume.
Mr. Canton. Good morning to Dr. Bennett and to the Virgin Islands listening and viewing community. I am Dr. Julia Sheen. I'm the Executive Director of the Virgin Islands Diabetes Center of Excellence. And before we begin, I have Dr. Cecil Bennett joining me. He's our Medical Director. Before I turn it over to him, I kind of just wanted to provide everyone with a brief overview of who we are. We have been on this station on more than one occasion. The Virgin Islands Diabetes Center of Excellence provides comprehensive services for people with diabetes, prediabetes. I did want to mention, however, that we have expanded our services to include primary care. Why primary care? And Dr. Bennett will talk a little bit more about that. We find that most of our patients, 68% of them, also have hypertension, 41% of them have high cholesterol. What we're noticing is that as our patients come in, their needs are much greater, right? They have issues with heart disease and a number of other conditions that require more assistance. And so primary care is a service that we wanted to integrate, I should say, with the current services that we provide. And I want to list some of those services for you. So I mentioned primary care before, endocrinology for both children and adults, podiatry, weight management, chronic care management, which is something that we're rolling out this year, telemedicine, ophthalmology, medication management, as well as mobile health services. And I know many of you have seen our vans, our mobile unit going to different work sites, the schools. We're now screening children in all elementary schools on St. Croix, and we'll be moving to the St. Thomas, St. John district in the near future. I also wanted to share just some brief statistics because you know that's near and dear to my heart. I think it's important for us to understand the magnitude of this condition. 1 in 10 people have diabetes. It is the 7th leading cause of death in the Virgin Islands. 17.9% of our population lives with diabetes. If you put that within the context of our current population, it's about 14,000 people living with diabetes. And of course, diabetes is the leading cause of chronic kidney failure. I also want to share some of the upcoming events that we will be offering. We do offer a monthly medication management class, and that is free to the community. We offer a nutrition class taught by our registered dietitian. It is an exceptional class. It's usually very full. First of all, the medication management class is going to be offered on April the 8th. The nutrition class is offered on April 16th. We will be closed on Transfer Day, March 31st, as well as April 3rd. We will be launching for the first time a Future Fit Summer Camp for children who have diabetes as well as those that are overweight. That is being sponsored not only by the Virgin Islands Diabetes Center of Excellence, or VIDCO for short, but it's also sponsored by the Benny Benjamin Foundation. And that camp will take place from June 23rd through July 10th. To find out more about our offerings, as well as to make an appointment, please call us at 340-208-0260. That number again is 340-208-0260. I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Bennett to talk a little bit about, provide you with an overview of diabetes, but also to talk about our multidisciplinary team-based approach in addressing not just diabetes, but other chronic conditions in the Virgin Islands. Dr. Bennett?
Yeah,
You're on mute.
Yep. Yeah. You know, you're on mute is the most said phrase for the last 5 years based on technology we're using today. But I'm off mute now. And it's my pleasure to be with you this morning from sunny Atlanta at 50 degrees here. And I know it's a little bit better there. I wish I were in St. Croix again. But again, it's great to be with you. I'm Dr. Cecil Bennett. I am originally, I don't know where I'm originally from. I was born in Jamaica, in the Bahamas, in Freeport. I went to Jamaica when I was 2 months old, where my family is from. Then I moved to Brooklyn when I was 4. So I'm from multiple places. My wife of 35 years is from Trinidad. So we're well grounded though in the Caribbean culture, and it's always a pleasure to come down to the Virgin Islands, to meet with everyone there. As far as my educational background, I'm a graduate of Morehouse School of Medicine. I did my residency in family medicine, where I served as chief resident at Morehouse School of Medicine. I also have a fellowship in healthcare advocacy from Morehouse School of Medicine, and I'm a fellow of the American Board of Family Physicians. So, I'm well versed and well educated when it comes to the issues of health, public service, etc. And, one of the main reasons I'm, Dr. Sheen, discussed me being the medical director was because of my background when it came to patient care and other things I've done in the past to, just to help certain underserved communities. When we're talking about diabetes, it's near and dear to my heart. I've been practicing for now about 25 years. I've treated thousands of patients with diabetes, and there's just a trend that I keep seeing over and over again. And I see the same trend when I went to the Virgin Islands, both St. Croix and St. Thomas, where the territory has a high rate of individuals with diabetes. I mean, the epidemiology is higher than most states when you look at the prevalence or the total number of people living with diabetes. When you look at the incidence, the number of new patients with diabetes every year. So what I'm hoping to do as the medical director of VITCO is help to move that needle to help prevent individuals from having diabetes, and those who do have diabetes, prevent the complications of diabetes. Now, basically, not everyone understands diabetes. So I think it's important that we start with the basics, which is when we're looking at diabetes, it's the body's inability to process what we eat to convert it to energy. Whether it's we've heard of type 1 diabetes, and these are people usually born where their pancreas that produces insulin that helps in the metabolism of food is not there's just they don't have insulin. The pancreas is attacked by autoantibodies, and basically it's an autoimmune disease that people are usually born with. You can develop it later, but for the most part, people who are type 1 diabetes know who they are and are identified very early in life.
Okay. All right. Dr. Bennett was going there. I see that there's a spot for him on the screen, but I don't. He may have gotten disconnected. But I'm sure he'll call right back in that regards. All right. Well, one of the things I want to, you can hear me, Dr. Sheen?
I can hear you.
Okay, good thing. One of the things definitely encourages that whenever you're having any diabetes-related events, make sure that a copy of your flyer comes here to WSTX. We do a community calendar, and we'd like to make sure that the community knows ahead of time so they can mark their calendar every week when we remind them. So by the time the event comes around, they see all the marks, they know that they're supposed to be there and check that out. All right, definitely.
That would be great. I would do that. And if we could encourage people to start calling in as Dr. Bennett gets queued up, so that if they have any questions, they'll be able to ask those questions then.
All right.
And of course, Dr. Sheen, you could always reach out to me whenever you have any events as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Because
thank you for that.
I always support VITCO.
Yeah, I know. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Well,
yeah, she have my face on her screen in the center.
Yes, Mr. Evelyn did an exceptional PSA for us, just talking about managing diabetes and the complications associated with not managing diabetes. And he shared his personal story of how he lost his sight because he wasn't managing his diabetes. So I appreciate you for all you do, Mr. Evelyn. And for sharing your story with the community, because I think more people need to come out and talk about this issue. We really need to create a buzz in the community so people will know that diabetes is something that has a lot of serious complications.
Yes, it does.
A lot of people are living with kidney failure, blindness. Do you know that one surgeon on island mentioned that he performs 3 diabetes-related amputations here on St. Croix every month? So that is very serious, in my opinion.
Okay, we have a
So
caller.
we have a lot of work to do.
Okay, let me check who this caller is here real quick.
Okay.
Good day, WSTX. Yes, you're on the air.
Yes, good morning. How you doing, Doug?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I was calling in to ask a question of your guest.
Sure.
Okay. My question is, can I just, do I need to call to make an appointment to get checked out by somebody at Vidco, or do I need a referral from my primary care physician? How do I connect with your services?
So I think I heard do I need to call to make an appointment for what specifically?
Or do they need a
I think I
referral?
missed something.
Or do they need a referral to call, or do they need a referral?
They want to know, like, what's your, what?
Right. You call to make an appointment, and then we can let you know what you need. It just depends on what service. Because if you're trying to get in to see the endocrinologist or the podiatrist, a lot of these specialty services does require a referral. But we can provide the referral for you because we do have our primary care doctors on site as well. So call 340-208-0260. And I think Dr. Bennett says he's backstage waiting to be let in.
Okay, let me get my engineer to take care of that. Okay, let's see.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay.
Was that the only question?
And, I pretty much like what I hear. It sounds like you offer very good services. So I'm hoping to see y'all sometime.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
She said that it sounds like you offer pretty good services, so she's hoping to see you guys sometime.
We do. I will say that I think what makes us very unique is the fact that we are focused on patient outcomes.
By the phone? Right.
We don't
Microphone by the phone.
want you to improve
Are
your
we
condition.
listening?
So I would say that we are good at what we do. So Dr. Bennett is back, so I'm glad. Dr. Bennett, people are calling in.
Okay.
So if we have other calls, we can entertain them. Mr. Evelyn, Mr. Canton, do we have any additional calls?
Not at the particular moment, okay?
Okay, great.
Now,
So I think that
is 340-773-0390 or 340-773-0490. This is the numbers to call in to ask Dr. Sheen and Dr. Bennett a question.
Okay, and one of the things, don't feel any way about the calls. I'm on the street, and people always engage on me about what we talked about. A lot of them shy; they don't call. We got a few bold ones that will, in that. But we're getting the word out. Especially I said when you're having events, we love to keep the community abreast of what's happening. And the more timeline you have in advance, the better it's, because you got free advertisement every week on these type of events. Okay, in that context, yeah. But
So while we wait, Mr. Canton, for calls, I think that Dr. Bennett was talking about diabetes and type 1 versus type 2. I think he can continue so that at least he's sharing the information.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Yeah, thanks. Actually, that's my wife who called me, who kicked me off the line. So,
hey, priority, priority call.
So, basically, I was talking about now type 2 diabetes, which for most people develop later on in life. And one of the main causes of this is we gain weight. The pancreas that produces insulin only has so much insulin supply. And as we get larger, we get older and reach the point of obesity or morbid obesity, we can actually outgrow the ability of the pancreas to produce enough insulin to support, the additional body mass that we have, and we develop diabetes. Now, if that's the case, I always tell people if you're diabetic, first of all, we have to know whether or not we're diabetic. So the first step really is going to see a primary care provider and being screened for diabetes. And there are two things that we'll do when you come into the office. We'll do a finger stick, usually a fasting finger stick, to check your blood sugar, and that number should be less than 126. If it's greater than 126, then we have to wonder whether or not one is pre-diabetic or one actually has diabetes. The next test we do is something called an A1C, which is the official term is a glycosylated hemoglobin. And this is where we do we actually draw blood, and we can actually measure your average blood sugar over a 3-month period. Now, when we do a finger stick, that's your blood sugar right there at that moment. We do it 10 minutes later, it's going to be different. We do an hour later, it's going to be different. With an A1C, that gives us the average over 3 months. So we really know whether or not one does not have diabetes, one is in the pre-diabetic range, or one actually has diabetes. Now, when we look at an A1C, these are the numbers to remember. If that number comes back between 5.7 and 6.4, that puts you in the pre-diabetic range. And that's where we're going to have certain interventions I'll discuss in a moment. If that number is greater than 6.3 at 6.4, 6.5, then you're officially diagnosed with diabetes. All right. So it's important, if you have a family history of diabetes, if you notice you're more tired than normal, you notice that you've gained a lot of weight, you notice that you're drinking a lot more water, you're more hungry than normal, that's a good time to go and see your primary provider and get this testing done. Now, what happens if you're in the pre-diabetic range with an A1C between 5.7 and 6.3, or even in the diabetic range, let's say at 7, an A1C of 7? The first thing we always want to try, which is very important, is first conservative measures. It means changing our eating habits. It means reducing a lot of those complicated starches that we like to eat, like white rice, white potatoes, white bread, white pasta, dumpling, cocoa, yam, etc. All right, all those are complex carbohydrates that we have to eat less of. I tell people that I don't want you to cut things out completely to start. I'd rather just eat less of the complex carbohydrates, and of course, simple carbohydrates like cake, candies, cookies, etc. also give us that sugar rush and increase our blood sugar. So the first thing we want people to do is improve their diet. The next thing is get some form of exercise, meaning walking, jogging, running, treadmill, bicycle, elliptical, whatever you can do to help mobilize your cells to better process the food that you're eating is going to be very important. And of course, combining both what you eating properly as well as exercising, that should lead to weight loss, which should improve your blood sugar levels, hopefully to the point that you do not need medication. But for a lot of people, their A1C, when we first meet them, may be as high as 9, 10, 11. When numbers are that high, we do institute conservative measures of diet, exercise, weight loss, but we also want to then consider actually adding medications. And I'll pause there to see if the host or anyone has any questions.
I have a question. Well, when I first got diagnosed, my A1C was about 13, 14.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that was a problem. But at the time, I didn't know what it meant. But, this is years going by, I realized, because right now I'm visually impaired. And it was because I ended up with what you call diabetic retinopathy, where the diabetes damaged my retina.
Well, tell us your course. Tell us what happened to you when you had an A1C of 13. What was the process after that for you personally?
To bring it down?
Well, did you see a doctor regularly? Were you on medication?
Yeah, she put me on medication right away. I started taking Humulin 70/30, and eventually we went straight to what do you call it?
Lantus or regular insulin?
Yeah, Lantus,
for meals.
Lantus, and then I have Humalog.
Humalog before meals.
Yeah, And since using that combination, it's I'm down to like 6.4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you progress to retinopathy? Was your A1C not able to come down?
Well, that was prior to me getting or knowing that I had to see an endocrinologist. That's one of the problems here in the Virgin Islands. You go to a doctor, and the doctor don't tell you, well, you need to go see an endocrinologist. They just try to treat the symptom, and they keep telling me, I said, well, doc, when I'm pricking my finger, I didn't like the numbers I was seeing, so they keep giving me the pills and doing, switching up this and switching up that, but nothing seemed to work. But
Dr. Sheen can speak to our endocrinologist.
So no, what the doctor I was seeing was not an endocrinologist. Okay. So, but when I began seeing an endocrinologist, that was when I started seeing progress. But the damage was done already. So when I got
what I was saying, that we do have endocrinology at VIDCO, and I wanted Dr. Sheen just to mention that to the listeners.
She did earlier, but one of the things that I try to stress to people out there who's a diabetic, they need to see an endocrinologist, because your primary care provider don't always tell you that's who you need to see, and that's the doctor that you need to see once you're diagnosed with diabetes.
Okay. I agree 100%, and it's something that we actively encourage. Like I said, I've treated thousands of patients with diabetes, but I know my limitation. Okay, I know when I reach a point where I need help from an endocrinology. If I'm managing their diabetes, their A1C is controlled, I may send them to an endocrinology once a year just to do a look over. But once their A1C gets above 10, it's critical from the very beginning that we involve endocrinological care with an endocrinologist, and that's something that we provide at VIDCO as well for individuals. What I'm finding here in the territory, as you're saying, is that there are a lot of primary care providers who try and manage, and sometimes that can get them into a little trouble where they're not really controlling the patient's diabetes, and that could lead to unfortunate complications like what you're having. So it's critical that your primary care physician refers you to endocrinology. If you don't need a referral from your primary care physician, we'd be more than happy to arrange an appointment with our endocrinologist at VIDCO.
Right, and then I got into using what you call a CGM.
Mm-hmm. And continuous glucose monitoring.
Yes, I use the Freestyle 3 Plus, and along with that, I use the finger stick. Because if something looks irregular, I still check my blood sugar.
Good.
Good. So
diabetes is manageable. For some people, it's more difficult than others. But there again is why we need a team approach. A team approach with both the primary care provider, your endocrinologist, looking at your numbers and seeing what the best medication course is, a nutritionist, making sure that you're eating the way you're supposed to be eating, a podiatrist checking your feet, consistently 2 or 3 times a year to make sure you're not developing signs of diabetic neuropathy or early signs of diabetic foot ulcers. And these are all services that we offer at VIDCO. So it's not a one-person approach. It's a team approach to manage diabetes. So I would encourage individuals who are listening to this broadcast that if you're concerned about your diabetes, that you give VIDCO a call, that we can go ahead and put you on the schedule and just help you with the management of your diabetes.
And Mr. Evelyn and Mr. Kantan, it is now 9:32, and I know we had talked about only being able to being on for about half an hour. Do we have any calls?
We're not constraining you. If you got a patient to go see, that's one thing. But right now, we're your patients. Okay? And I have a question. There are a lot of folks who go off island to have their medical stuff done and so forth and so on. But the reality is that when you come back, at any given point in time, you can need to see a doctor, and you're not going to just jump on a plane the next day again and go. So, in that context, you're told, see your primary care physician. So, what would you say to someone who is here on the island, but their primary care physician is off island, how would they go about interacting to get services?
Well, let me say that that's one thing I realized. Every other person I met, they had their primary care physician in Atlanta, in Miami, in Orlando, in Houston, etc. That's terrible. I'm absolutely shocked. Now, when we look at the numbers, there are not enough primary care physicians in the Virgin Islands. I think there are a total of maybe 12 to 15 total true primary care providers in the territory of 80,000 people. I'll give you an idea and put that in perspective. I have a practice of about 5,000 patients, and I actually have 6 providers for 5,000 patients. The territory has about 12 to 15 primary care providers for 80,000. So there's a problem there.
Yeah, there is.
And there's also something that I'll mention, and this may upset some people. It's called standard of care, and I'm board certified in family medicine. I have a fellowship in healthcare advocacy, and I have a fellow with the American Academy of Family Physicians. And there's certain standards that we follow that is an algorithm. If someone's A1C is here, you do this. If it's there, you do this. This is the one you refer, etc. And I'm finding that a lot of PCPs, unfortunately, in territory are not following that algorithm. They're just kind of doing a thing. I'm not saying all of them, okay?
But
I'm not saying all of them.
Yeah,
but that's a concern of mine.
Yeah, but my concern, speaking in a general sense, in the question I'm asking, is that's where you are, but you're listening to this show and there's certain things happening, and you say, oh, I need to get this checked out. My primary care physician is up there, and I just got back here a month ago or 2 weeks ago or whatever. I'm not running back up there. So if I can I call, I say I, the generic I, call Vidco, and when I tell the person, well, I don't have a primary care physician on island, where do we go from there?
Well, let me say too that, and I let Dr. Sheen chime in here, that biblically we don't steal sheep, but if people want to switch to Vidco for primary care purposes, that's one reason why we expanded care, and Dr. Sheen can speak to that.
Yes, definitely call us if you need a primary care doctor. We can serve that. We can serve as that. Dr. Bennett, he didn't say he is here once every month, the first week of the month, and he is seeing patients in our center. We also have a nurse practitioner there, so we are providing primary care services as well. So please give us a call at 340-208-0260. That number again is 340-208-0260. Do we have any final questions as we close?
Let me just say a segue from that question, because it's not so much about stealing sheep, because most of those people, they're not giving up their primary care physician off island. It's about getting care, period. Just like you go to the emergency room because you have an emergency, not because that's your favorite hospital or anything like that. So that's kind of where I was going, because sometimes people go up to see their primary care physician and they find out, well, okay, there was something developing while you were here, and you put off until the next time you traveled, which is not really a healthy practice. So I was just looking at how the public in that context could navigate that situation if they ever found themselves in it. Well, and my response to them, and based on what you said, is give a call and find out how they can be of assistance.
Yeah, I find that once people come to us, they have confidence in our care. And we've already converted several individuals who had primary care physicians, in abroad, and they welcome the opportunity to have someone there locally. So again, I would encourage everyone to visit Vidco, see what our service is like, and I'm fairly confident that they'll be pleased with the care that we're offering, because again, it's a standard of care. There's nothing different they're going to get overseas that they're not on the mainland that they're not going to get from us here at Vidco when it comes to standard of care. I'm now the medical director there. So this is who you're talking to when you go there in terms of setting the standard of care.
Right. But in some instances, the person is off island and they have other things that are going on and have a relationship relative to those things, whether it was cancer or something else, that they have a relationship in that context. So, they have to navigate that. Yes.
And let me just add one thing to that too, that what I'm finding that people have physicians off island, off territory, but they don't see them but once a year or twice a year. You cannot see a primary care provider once or twice a year if you're diabetic. You just see a primary care provider every 3 to 4 months if you're diabetic. So it's great that you have ones overseas, but it can be a situation where you have to save up to go overseas.
Right. No. I wasn't speaking in that context, because one of the things with diabetes is getting to that point to realize that you have a problem. And if that problem evolve in that interim time, you need to get it checked out, period. Not say I'm going to wait till that time to go up there. They may in fact switch, but I was looking at it in the context of diabetes, one of those things that creeps up and you start feeling symptoms. You need to act then, not put it off for when you once a year to your physician.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I would like to close by just reminding everyone that we are located in the Sime Farm Shopping Center right next to the Frame Up. And then on St. Thomas, we're located in the Paragon building in room 208. But on St. Thomas, we work by appointments only. So call us at 340-208-0260. Thank you.
All right, fantastic.
Thank you.
And it's great.
And thank you for the invitation. I appreciate this.
You're welcome.
The doors are always open.
Doors are always open, so don't be a stranger.
All right.
Okay, thank you so
Thank you very
much.
much.
Have a wonderful day.
Okay.
You do the same.
Great.
Okay.
Nice meeting you, Dr. Bennett. All right.
Bye.
Thank you for
Bye.
coming.
Nice. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care. All right. So, folks.
Well, it is 9:30. Actually, 9:40. So, let's get down to business.
It's so funny. You get accustomed to doing stuff with your phone, and then you go over to the computer and you start pressing the screen. It's in a little bit. It's going to be everything is going to be touched in some way, shape, or form. That was very informative, and it's good to repeat these things for people, because out of sight, out of mind. You wake up one day and you need some place to turn to get that help that you're looking for. So you got to do what you got to do in that regard. So, yeah, Vidco is there.
Go see Vidco.
And they have qualified and available people to do whatever you need in the context of primary physician or
Dougie, I have
endocrinologist.
I have another treat coming up for you sometime in April.
Another treat coming up for me?
Yeah, the principal of VIU said.
What?
Will be appearing on the show.
What? My goodness, my son, I'm so glad I bring you on here. I'm really moving up.
Time and date. Time to be, day to be announced.
All right.
Because they were going on TJX, and I said, what happened, man? What happened?
Which chap live or something, or what?
I got a talk show that I do every Thursday morning, and I since I work here, and I ain't come on there yet. I said, what happened? What happened?
Jerry,
they
is
said,
something going on, Jerry? They sending you a message?
Yeah, they said, we wasn't invited. I said, well, I invited now, So make movements.
What is this? They said that for truth?
I shouldn't talk to my boss like that.
Hey, better you than me. Yeah, so no, that's
something go rough them up a little bit,
Something. Anyhow.
Yeah. But well, like I said, VIU said under the umbrella of UVI, we offer several things. We offer the DME closet, a durable medical equipment closet, which we like to call our reuse program, and that have People can get walkers, canes, and wheelchairs. Okay, for 30 days or more. It's a loan. It's not to keep. It's just a loan until you get your own. Number to call for that is 340-692-642. No, 692-4267.
Okay.
340-692-4267.
Yes, but it's a loan, but also remind those people that got their own because of a long-term need, that they have somehow gotten past that long-term need, or in the case of a family where a loved one has passed on and they have a durable piece of medical equipment like a good walker, good wheelchair, whatever, in good shape and everything else. And VIU said will accept it if you donate it,
Yeah, if you donate
and
it,
add it
we
to
accept
their
it.
stock.
Yeah, if you donate it, we accept it, but it must be, I repeat, it must be in good condition. We do not do repairs. So if the wheel falling off and all that, no, we can't do that. It must be in good condition, because when you bring it in, somebody might be waiting for one. They might call either that same day or the next day, and they're gonna be out the door the same speed. You know, so. And then we also do the ICANN Connect program, better known as the Deaf Blind Equipment Distribution Program. That is a program that if you or your loved one have considerable hearing and vision loss, the ICANN Connect program is for you. You can visit iCanConnect.org, or you can call 340-692-4267 to learn more about that program. We also have what we call a low entrance loan program. That is a program where you can get a loan to probably build a ramp or get, fix something in your house that for your accessibility. You can also call 340-692-4267 to learn how you could apply for that low interest loan. And we also do training for persons with disabilities and seniors on how you use your cell phone, if you have any problems getting your emails, going on Facebook, whatever problems you may have with your phone, give us a call, 692-4266. We can help you, but you need to call and make an appointment. Okay?
All right, I go throw in a joke here. If you could help Darby, you could help anybody.
I want to say this. I went to Tuesday night. I went to the Text 911 training over at DRCVI, right? Disability Rights of the Virgin Islands. And I must give these guys a round of applause. The deaf community for coming out there and filling the room. They had a good turnout. Which the next one, we have a program like that again, that we have that type of turnout, or even more, for the deaf community. And if you're a person who is who have a disability, if you're deaf, hard of hearing, and for some reason you need to get to 911 and you can't talk, text them. Just open your composer in your text messages, not WhatsApp, regular text message on any phone, whether it be a smartphone, regular, or a flip phone, whatever phone you use for text messaging. And just put 911 in the composer bar to 2. Who you going to text to? 911. Just put 911 in that bar and go down to subject and put in your whatever you want to tell them. Do not use any slangs or emojis. Just tell them exactly what it is, your problem, where you're contacting 911, and they will respond to you. Okay? If you're in a situation where you can't make no noise, you probably somebody trying to break in your house and you don't want them to know that you're contacting 911, text 911, they will respond to you. And once you text them, they know your location. Okay? So, tips you can use, things you need to know. Okay? And my phone text beeping going off here.
Yeah, okay. Now I have a question for you, because you're describing something these folks are basically using 911 with their cell phone, okay, and they have a disability that it relates to their hearing, okay, in particular, okay. So now, I was listening to your description, and the question came to my mind is how, when you use that word about the composer, when I do a text, I pull up my text app and I put in whatever the message and I tell it send. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that how the composer you're talking about works also? Or is it? This is from a person who doesn't know, you know, the same kind of person that see you holding a cell phone and the screen look black and come to the conclusion that that somebody needs to take you to court.
They're making mockery, right?
Right.
But no, when you open the text messaging app, you'll see all of your past text messages. Well, you see where you want to send a new text message to somebody that's not in your past text messages. You go to that composer bar where you say to.
Okay.
So you would type in a name or a number, but instead of typing in a name or a number,
type in 911.
You're going to type in 911.
Okay. You see, you're the trainer, and you talking in trainer lingo, and now I have been trained. Now I have been trained, and I appreciate the training. Okay, don't bill me. Okay,
don't bill you.
Don't bill me. Okay, this is how much pro bono.
If I had to bill you, boy,
hey, save my life and everything else. Lordy me, I tell you, yeah, folks, it's just almost 10 minutes to the top of the hour here, and I want to. They have the Lit Fest coming up in April from the 9th to the 12th.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lit Fest is a wonderful event that puts the Virgin Islands on the literary map in a way that everybody should be out there supporting. Now, what happens in this Lit Fest? Well, first of all, on Thursday, the 9th, and folks are arriving, meaning authors and other talented people that are coming here to participate. Well, some of them get off the plane, and from the plane, they're going to the schools, because literacy schools, they go together. They want to meet these young people and be inspiring and inspirational to them. And who knows, the next famous author, actor, whatever, where they're going to come. Come from our fountain of youth, whether it's the young fountain, the elder fountain. We're going to start with the younger ones here. So later on that day, there's a reception that's going to be done at the government house, where they will be welcomed by the powers that be, UVI, and everyone else will be there. And that's Thursday. So they touch the ground and get off the plane and start running from there, and definitely in a positive way. Then on Friday is the first leg there at UVI at the Great Hall. Now most of the stuff is at the Great Hall, but they have some things in other places that I'm going to talk about as I go through this schedule. And so we start off at the Great Hall that Friday morning, and they're going to have roundtables, presenters, workshops, all kind of good stuff going on. And when that winds down that afternoon, they are going to go to the book Bacchanal, which is in Frederickstead at the Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts. Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts, and that's going to be great. They have entertainment and other presentations, and they're going to have a cash bar and food available on sale. Okay, that's a fun time in terms of a great way for these folks who, especially who have traveled to the Virgin Islands to participate, to see a little bit of the cultural side and other aspects of the literary and artistic side. Yeah, and then Saturday start off with the Bush Tea breakfast social. Okay, and folks, if you've never been, I highly recommend that you go. Now, I want to say this up front. This isn't free food, okay? We have a fundraiser to support these activities, and so you can go on through Eventbrite and sign up. Well, one of the things that they're doing is that if you sign up when you come to the Bush Tea, where you're getting this $40 meal, literally, when I tell you what all there, literally for $40 what you're getting, they say, hey, you paid, you bring your guests, and your guests will also get to partake, okay? And let me just say, you partake, and you're saying like, white is they have so? Well, let me talk about that a little bit, because almost anything you could think of, they got there, okay? Of course, your bush tea, your coffee, your juices, but they have pâtés, saltfish, beef, and veggie. They got quiche, they got devil eggs, they got chop, tuna, salmon balls, fritters, green fig, fruits, pastries. Oh, God. I can't take it, Jared. I ain't had nothing to eat this morning. All of this good song and stuff. You know I gonna be there. That's Saturday morning, right? Okay. Of course, they're gonna have the pastries, the bread, crackers, cheese, and tarts, and they're gonna make sure that when we say about a good old-fashioned Crucian breakfast, you're gonna say, "Hey, the Lit Fest had it." All right.
That was lit.
Yes.
If you throw some spirits in it.
Well, okay, no. Bring your own spirits. Bring your own spirits. But that's how the morning starts off, and of course it goes on with more presentations and round tables and workshops and all kinds of good stuff going on there, and leading up into the afternoon, where they usually have a box lunch and other sources of food there. But the bottom line is it's there, and it's going on. Now, once all the activities at the UVI for that day are over, some folks go to the winds, but later on that day we have a very interesting event called the Ekphrastic Poetry event, right? And before I get to that, earlier that day, now make sure if you want to see the movie screener, they have Kathy May Sitaram did a movie, and they're going to be featuring that, so don't miss out on that. But back to that evening, they have the Ekphrastic Poetry event. Ekphrastic Poetry event. I know some people hear that word ekphrastic and say, wait, no, that's some kind of medicine or something. No.
Some kind of egg.
No. It's actually EK. I saying like it's a G, but it's EK, Ekphrastic. Well, Ekphrastic Poetry. Sometimes you'll go to a Calypso event, and a Calypsonian like Darby will go into this thing where they just make up a song on the fly. They call it extempo. Well, with Ekphrastic Poetry, basically we're going to all go to Cane Roots Gallery right down there on Company Street, just before you reach the Sunday Market Square, Times Square, the old theater, however you refer to it. It's number 24 Company Street. And we go there, and it's an art gallery, the Cane Roots Art Gallery. And there's all this wonderful art on the wall. And you have the opportunity to look at these pictures, and if one of those pictures inspire you to write a poem, you write it down. And you know what? It's fun, but you can also win a prize, and the prize can also be MONEY. So, lots of fun, meet a lot of interesting people, local poets, visiting poets, as well as authors, etc. It's a great opportunity, a great event. Okay, and that's going to be at Cane Roots Gallery, and that's Saturday. Now, once all of these activities are done on Sunday, they have an event at the Children's Museum of St. Croix down at their campus, down there in Wim. And after that, they're going to have an online program with various authors and book readings and all a whole lot of interesting stuff going on there. So just to tell you that there's a great plan of things going on for the United States Virgin Islands Literary Festival and Book Fair. Be there, especially Saturday. You know, that bush tea breakfast social is something definitely to experience. Okay, all right, and
Reached the end.
that's right.
Hearing the fingers tapping over there. I mean, the marshal in tongue. So it's time to tell you guys to do your random act.
Of kindness.
Well, study dog and do your random act and kindness.
That's right.
But follow me and do your random act.
Uh-huh.
And remember to see us again next week, Thursday, same time, same place, same thing. Gerard, dog, peace out.
Not the same thing, brother.